Thanks so much for taking time to join us this morning. I am very delighted to present our 59th annual Business Outlook Survey. This is where BIA takes the opportunity to ask our members how their predictions coming into the current year fared now that we're at the end of the year. So they tell us how they're feeling about how 2017 is turning out for them. And then we ask them to make predictions for the year ahead. And then that gives us a gauge of where we feel our businesses are responding relative to their own ability to grow their own businesses, but also how they feel about New Jersey's economy. And as we've learned over the years, their opinion about those two things aren't always equally lined up. Oftentimes our members feel more confident about their own ability to move their industries forward than they do about the overall state's economy. But I think you're going to be very pleased to see our results today because they are quite positive. Now we always talk about the idea of there's pros and cons, and so we're going to start this year. We called it our tailwinds and our headwinds because we had some wonderful tailwinds that have really boosted New Jersey business forward over this past year. Profits rose in 2017, our members told us, and their predictions came true because at the beginning of the year they told us they were going to rise, and in fact they did rise. In addition, the overall economic outlook in New Jersey has improved over 2016. They are excited to know as they go forward that New Jersey continues. This is now the fourth year in a row of continued slow and steady growth moving up. This actually would have been 6 years, except we had a little blip 1 year in between, and you'll see as we go through on the graphing. Hiring, profits, and sales are forecasted to rise as well. Another significant sign that New Jersey's economy is in really good shape as we go into 2018. Small-scale wage increases are anticipated. This is yet again another year consistently where companies are looking forward to increased wages, and we're going to go into detail on each one of these areas. The quality of workforce and quality of our schools is better than other states. Every year we ask our members to rate the assets of the state of New Jersey, those they find to be more favorable here, and those that they find to be more favorable anywhere. And this is a very consistent trend that our workforce and our quality of schools ranks very high. And progress made in comprehensive tax reform leads to improved post-retirement outlook. And you're going to see that the comprehensive tax reform plan that was passed in late 2016 is in fact having an impact, as we predicted that it would, that the elimination of estate tax and the increase in retirement income threshold is starting to make a change in the state of New Jersey for the better. But as I said, there are headwinds that are coming down the pike as well. And what are our members telling us that those headwinds may be? They are concerned about the state's economic future. So they're feeling good about themselves, but we're going to learn a little bit more about what's concerning them about the state's economic future. They are worried about the impact of $15 minimum wage, and they are planning to take action on that, and we'll delve into that a little deeply. Of course, the high cost of living and the tax burden continue to disadvantage New Jersey businesses compared to their peers or other companies that they run in other states. Health benefits, property taxes, overall cost of doing business, as is usual, the top three concerns on the mind of New Jersey business. And number one, this is could be the 59th year in a row, but clearly for a decade or two, health benefits has led the pack on this question. New Jersey businesses lack engagement with schools. We're going to spend a few minutes talking about workforce development. This year, we queried for the first time a set of questions around relationships with your local schools, and we want to talk about why we did that, the importance of that. And even though I gave you some positives in terms of those tailwinds on a shift because of retirement income, outmigration is still an issue in the state of New Jersey and something we need to keep our eye on and our policy aligned toward. So let's delve in a little bit deeper. Sales, profits, and employment. Now, if you look here through 2017, you can see that positive trend that I was talking about in each one of those areas because every year we were stepping up. And these were good indications. Now, let's add 2018. When I put the 2018 numbers up, you can see there's a significant jump this year. That companies overall are feeling very good about increasing sales, profits, and employment as they go into 2018. And in fact, they're feeling good in high numbers, which we like to see very much. You'll all recall when you have an opportunity to digest this information a little more from the article and the information you have in your packets today, we rate down to net outlook. And so we give you statistics on the numbers that said yes, the number that said no, and then we give you the net outlook at the bottom. Here you could see in each one of these categories, the net outlook is significantly higher than last year. That is a really good positive sign for New Jersey business. As we look forward and we delve in a little more, let's talk about the hiring and what folks say that they're going to be creating jobs next year. And again, if you see, we had this positive trend moving up. Wow, look at it for next year, okay? Folks are continuing to invest in their companies by way of hiring and creating new jobs in the state of New Jersey. We all know the number one economic indicator in any state is job creation. And you can see in New Jersey, our companies are poised to create jobs. In terms of net profit outlook by our individual companies, again, wow, look at that, how it exceeds last year, significant. Companies are feeling good. Purchases and wages. 39% expect the dollar amount of purchases to increase in 2018 compared to over last year. 29% saw an actual increased dollar value of purchases in 2017. So again, they may have predicted what they thought was going to come in 2017, and that has played out. 2017 was a solid year for New Jersey business. In fact, what we understand is the state of the economy right now in the state of New Jersey is stronger than any time since before recession, and we believe it's even stronger than it had been even coming into 2000. That is significant. This is New Jersey's strongest economic year in quite a long time. We should be very excited about that. 69% expect to increase wages in 2018, and they think that range is going to be in and about the 1% to the just shy of 5%. So this is really important when we talk about issues around lifting the wages of earners and we talk about $15 minimum wage. It's important to take into consideration that New Jersey businesses already are remaining competitive in terms of increasing wages for their workers. Economic climate overall. Now I'm going to spend a few minutes here talking about the impact of that comprehensive tax reform, because just 3 years ago, for the first time, we asked these three questions. The reason why we asked these three questions 3 years ago is because we were starting to study the effects of outmigration. And what led us to studying it was businesses telling us consistently that they were not going to grow their business in New Jersey, they were going to look to grow somewhere else, that they were going to not domicile in the state of New Jersey in retirement, and that they took issues like estate tax into consideration when they make these decisions. Here are our numbers last year in 2017. Now, let's take a look at this year. Most important, I'd like you to look in the middle. Domicile in retirement, and look at the shift there. More people saying that they are contemplating staying in the state of New Jersey in their retirement than those not. This is important. Now, those numbers, some may say, well, you know, it's still 60% saying no. But think about this. I mean, think about the outmigration we've had from the state of New Jersey over the last 11 years that we've talked about, you all informed about. I'm not going to go into the statistics of it, okay? But this is significant because we said that comprehensive tax reform would be a game changer for the state of New Jersey. It is starting to turn the needle. This is significantly important, and we need to make sure that we preserve the elimination of estate tax, and we preserve the higher thresholds on retirement income, and we do some more of the same. Now we're going to talk about minimum wage impact in the state of New Jersey. We know that our members told us 64% say that a minimum wage increase would impact them and may cause them to take different actions in their business. Here's the way they're taking action. 29% said they would be reducing staff. 27% said they'd be reducing hours. 30% said they'd be raising prices. In this regard, that green is not a good statistic. And 11% said they would automate. Now, this is nothing surprising. We've been discussing the impacts of $15 minimum wage for over a year, if not two now. We have a coalition at NJBIA. We have over 400 members that we're working with in this coalition, and it grows every day. And you've all heard me say that this discussion shouldn't be about just discussing $15 minimum wage. It should be a comprehensive discussion about how do we lift the wages of a low-wage earner, and what do we take into consideration when doing that. It's bigger than just what that paycheck per hour is. Let's look where our companies feel we are ranking relative to other states. And this is always very important. And we always come out on top when it comes to the quality of our public schools, that K-12 education. All right, we always rank very high about how our companies feel New Jersey's K-12 education is, followed by the quality of our workforce. That's really important. When we talk about the positive aspects in the state of New Jersey and our positive assets, the number one positive asset in the state of New Jersey is our highly skilled, highly qualified workforce. And that is very important because we know that that's what attracts companies to the state of New Jersey. However, you've also heard me talk about the fact that the quality of our public schools, that K-12 education, comes with a cost. And that cost is over $19,000 per pupil per year times 13 years. And when we are the number one net out-migration state for millennials in the country, 18 to 34-year-olds, we have to question the return on investment on that K-12 when those graduating from high school are leaving the state of New Jersey and cannot afford to be here. This has been a focus for BIA, in particular this year in 2017. Last year, out-migration was about senior citizens and money leaving the state of New Jersey. This year, it is all about the future workforce for the state of New Jersey, because I fear that those top indicators there are going to stop turning, because what members are telling us today is that while we have a highly skilled workforce in the state of New Jersey, we are missing middle skilled level workers in the state of New Jersey. We don't have a middle class in the state of New Jersey because we are not training to middle level skilled jobs in the state of New Jersey. We have almost 40,000 vacant middle level skilled jobs in the state of New Jersey that go unfilled. And our survey, down in the detail, continues to tell us that our members are having a very difficult time identifying and attracting middle level skilled jobs. And we know those middle level skilled jobs is what creates the middle class. And those are the folks who can afford to live, work, and play in the state of New Jersey. If we could just get that equation right, I think we'd do something to stem millennial outmigration in the state of New Jersey. We need to be conscious of that. If you go to the bottom of this chart, you see the same old, because as we know, our members consistently feel that we lack competitiveness when it comes to taxes and fees, regulation, etc. And this chart continues to play that out for us. So challenges. So the issues that are cited as the biggest challenges by our members, no surprise, number one, healthcare costs. Year after year after year, healthcare costs come in at the top. Number two, property tax. Again, no big spoiler alert here. This has been consistent year over year. Number three, overall cost of doing business. New Jersey is a high cost, high tax state. We are the highest tax state in the nation, and we need to continue to look at comprehensive reform around those taxes. Now, I told you that this year we spent a little more time on workforce development, and you can understand the reason why, because I just got a little bit passionate about that issue about migrating millennials, and we are very passionate about it. BIA, because it's our future workforce. So this year we took the time to ask our members some questions about their relationship with their local schools, their local career and technical education schools as well, so K-12, CTE, as well as community college, and what they're doing by way of workforce training. And we found some interesting statistics. Unfortunately, 84% have no engagement with their county vocational school district. 77% have no engagement with their local school district. Now, I want to pause on this for a minute, because what we understand and what is buried in the detail here, they don't know these opportunities exist. And when we ask them why, because the number's one thing, when we ask them why, they say, I don't know who to talk to. I didn't know that this was something I should do. I didn't know there was an opportunity to do this. Okay? This year, BIA has stood up a post-secondary education task force for the purpose of bringing all those stakeholders together in one place. You all know BIA has been a leader in workforce development for years, if not decades. Okay, way before I got here. Melanie Willoughby has been talking about workforce development for as long as she has been here and is a true advocate for it. This year, we took it to additional level of engagement, and we brought together stakeholders from K-12, career and technical education, community college, higher ed. We've brought the state into this stakeholder group by way of labor and workforce development, Department of Education, higher education. We have nonprofits, we have millennials, and we have our members around the table. Because when you ask our members, they don't know how to make these connections, and BIA is here to help them connect to academia so that we can continue to build the career pathways and the workforce development pipeline. Now, 63% told us they haven't used an employee training program or provided professional development to their employees. But I want to give a shining statistic on this, which didn't come up in our information. But we just got recently some information that since 2007, the Basic Skills Program, which BIA has been helping to facilitate, thank you, Frank Robinson, for your years of going out to the ELCs and promoting basic skills training out to our members. Okay, since 2007, the Basic Skills Program has served over 134,000 employees from over 8,500 private sector employers across almost 12,000 classes delivered. Now that's significant, but as you can see here, what does this slide tell us? We have significant opportunity here. This is a significant place for opportunity to create new opportunities, to forge these relationships and these partnerships between education and between business. We know today, because of the change in technology every day, business stays ahead of the business cycle. Business stays ahead of technology. Education's always catching up. And when these students are coming out, they're not trained with what they need. Business needs to be there from the beginning, kindergarten, helping to educate, helping to be part of the articulation of the skills that are required for career pathing to jobs that will exist tomorrow. And we're doing that today in the state of New Jersey, and I'm very confident that these numbers are going to move significantly over the next few years as we continue to bring awareness to this. Tremendous area for opportunity. Let's take a look at some specific industries. Last year, we had some industries that weren't feeling too good about themselves in the state of New Jersey. This year, almost everybody is feeling good, save healthcare. And that's because of all the mergers and consolidations, as well as ACA and all the issues going on around healthcare today. We know significant challenge. But you go down the entire list, every industry is feeling good about their prospects for this year. That's tremendous. That's significantly important. Granted, they're all feeling optimistic at very, very different levels, but they're all feeling optimistic. So what does this mean, the net outlook for the state economy overall? Look at this jump from last year. This is huge. This is huge. New Jersey businesses are bullish on their opportunity to do well in the year coming. And that's very, very important. We need more of those tailwinds to keep us going. We need to be aware of those headwinds. Let's remind ourselves, we are continuing to show strength in the state of New Jersey. The numbers play it out. But we are facing the continued challenge of the high cost of doing business. We have tremendous opportunity in workforce development, but the biggest threat is uncertainty of policies under new administration. And we all know every day we have a governor-elect who ran on a very transparent campaign that has items within its campaign and policies to come that could be a challenge for New Jersey business. And we are ready to work with the new administration. We've been working diligently, very hard, around the issues that this governor said are important to him. And we've been working on strategies to ensure that New Jersey business can remain strong and competitive as we address the priorities of the next administration. So with that, I'll see if anyone has any questions.